Hello, how are you today? It's Thursday, so that means we're keeping it simple sometimes, and I want you to scrapbook with me. Have you got your scraps ready? This is the page we created last week, so if you didn't see it, I'll put the link up here and you can go and watch the video on how to pull those scraps together to create this basic background. I've gone ahead and I have matted my photos. I have this done one singly, and these two I've done as double matting. Now they're all been out of scraps as well, and I'm just pulling them together on this layout. So just using what you have in your scrap pile, you can create an amazing layout. I then went through all my ephemera. Now I don't sort my ephemera, I just keep them in the bags that they came in. So I went colour shopping. So what I do is I go through all the bags that I think will have stuff that I need, and I colour shop by the colours on my page. Now these pieces here, they're fussy cut from a page, whereas these bits here are ephemera. So this is how quick and easy you can build up your page just by shopping your ephemera that you have. Those are the little packs of cardstock that are cut into pretty shapes and items that you can use. Now these photos are of my daughter's birthday. She turned 20. Mamma Mia is a big thing in our family. We all love that movie. We love everything about Mamma Mia. I love ABBA. I have since I was knee-high to grasshopper 7. I think I was back in the 70s when they first started. So it has carried through to my children as well. So my daughter, she was determined she was having this cake that was looking like the Mamma Mia house on the island, and she loves that scene where they're dancing on the dance floor and Harry asks her how old she is, and she says, I'm 20, and he goes, ah! And she was determined that that was what she was going to have when she was 20. She wouldn't let me make the cake. She wouldn't let anybody make the cake, wouldn't let her sister, anybody. She made it herself because she knew what she wanted, and that's what she did. So I've glued down all that ephemera, and what I'm doing now is I'm using a white pen, which I just got today, and of course I haven't experimented with it. And look what I just did. I have just sprayed my whole layout with white ink from this pen. Now I'm still oblivious to it at this stage, and then I've gone and got another pen which is working a bit smoother, and I'm running that down the side, and it's when I get to here that I realise I've got white all over my photos. I can't believe it. Luckily I got to them in time. That I was thinking that was a white splotch, but it wasn't. I'm using my shirt here. Probably shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. And I'm cleaning up those white splotches off the photos. Doesn't matter if there's white splotches on the artwork, but on my photos, definitely a no-no. I can't believe that I didn't even recognise when I did it. But that's what happens when you get new pens and you don't experiment with them before you use them. But I like them, and I like the thickness and the opaqueness of them, which is really good because that's what I'm after with a good white pen. So here's my layout. That was simple. That was quick. And all I did was shop some ephemera in the colours of the cardstock and the pieces that I pulled together last week. As I said, I'll put the link down below for that video. You can check it out. And you too can make this layout as simple as that. So I hope you do. I'd love to have some feedback. I'd love to see or hear about your episode with this page. But that's another page in the album really quick. So now we're on to next week's one, and we're going to create it today. I have one square here which is 10 by 10. I have chosen a 12 by 12 background to base the colours on my scraps that I have got lying around. Now these are leftovers from previous layout that I've done this week, and I'm just going to pull them together now into a simple layout. And I think I'm just going to have a top and a bottom a little bit shorter than the one in the middle, and then I have a top and bottom bar at the top. So I just want to make it a little bit more effective, so I pulled out a couple of punches to do some borders, and they're pretty generic, so depending on if I go male or female with the photos, it's not going to be dependent on the lacy doily or something like that. Now, when you're doing your borders like this, I learned a little trick. My girlfriend taught me the first time how to line them up on the grid and how to do it, but I would always start at the edge and still manage to wreck it. And when I was on a cruise, name dropping here, Vicky Booton taught me that you start in the middle and work your way across to the left, then you work your way across to the right. So a bit of a name drop there, but that's who taught me how to actually fully do it properly without messing it up. So thank you, Vicky, very much. So I'm also going to choose to use a notepad one here, and the Fiskars one's a bit tougher to use, but like Vicky likes her punches, they've got the guideline, so you've got that little bit of extra strip there to help you guide it and make it perfect each time. So that's another little hint to make a nice neat cut with your punches, and it's straight across. So now that I've got my strips done, I'm putting a bottom landing strip here, which is across the bottom here, which is setting up a frame. I'm going to do exactly the same again at the top, and you too can be doing this, so make sure you've got your papers. Don't forget, you can freeze, go back, have a look, recopy, do whatever you like to create the page, but they're really quick and they're really simple. This is a 10 by 10 square. You're just putting that across at an angle on your page. Then I have got these 3 strips here, and they are 10 by 1.5 inches and 10 by 2 inches for this one here. And they were just leftover scraps from previous layouts. So don't waste your cardstock. You chose it for the first time. You fell in love with it the first time. You'll love it even more the second time around. Now, I did contemplate putting these up here and maybe making them into fishtail banners, but I'm not. I'm just leaving it as is. I don't know how this will turn out next week, but be back here next Thursday and we will play with that one. So come back next Thursday for the next one. In the meantime, you can prepare your base ready to go and we can create our layouts together. So this was my one today. I hope you saw something that you can get inspired and creative with. Thank you for coming back again. Happy scrapping till next time, and here's my next video for you.